Now that's a performance. That's how you play a game when you're Orlando Pirates. And the goals aren't my focus. The goals are the control that Pirates had over that game. Maybe lost it in the last few minutes, but the control they had. They held Amazulu down and they kept them down. And the most amazing thing about Pirates that we've seen this season is Pirates of old would have maybe gone out and won 7-0 and kept the tempo high and kept running and maybe tired themselves out. This Pirates has a can go a gear down. And I think that is very important when you're going to go out into Africa and play as many games as Pirates is going to play, to go a gear down and save the legs. I think Pirates did well. An unsung hero of this game has to be Evidence Makgopa. I said in the last game that the moment I saw Evidence Makgopa in that game, I thought that Pirates was going to play him similar to what Hugo Bruce does. And what Jose did in this game with Makgopa, I think was incredible. If you're watching the game, the reason why Mfukeng and Nkota found a lot of space inside was because Makgopa was dragging a centre back with him. Makgopa was bringing somebody with him, which meant that it disjointed that Amazulu defense. And we'll get to Amazulu because they also made a bunch of rookie mistakes, but pulling somebody to allow Mfukeng and Nkota to come in. Wonderful goal by the boy Nkota, by the way. Wonderful, wonderful goal. But he got caught up with something all strikers know. If you chase your hat trick, you're going to ruin your game. He scored 2 goals and he started looking for that goal by hook or by crook. And maybe that robbed Pirates of 2 or 3 more goals where he could have crossed it back. So the boy is still young. He is going to learn. And I think just the moment got the best of him. And instead of maybe finishing it off, he could have had maybe a hat trick and 2 goals to his name. He let it get to him. But I digress. What happened was, because that space was created, Abo Mfukeng took advantage. Mfukeng was playing a central role today because they saw that that defense is asleep. When you look at the Amazulu defense, sorry to interrupt the video that I'm sure you're enjoying, but I just wanted to say thank you for all of the support that you guys have shown me and my Overthinking Football platform. I'm a one-man band that's doing all of this, and I really do enjoy the comments about how, you know, Supersport needs to come fetch me and SABC and all of that stuff. And I think it speaks to the quality of the content, but also the amount of effort that I put in. So I just wanted to say thank you. But the truth is that Abo Supersport and all of those guys, yes, we're competing with them, but it's a completely different place. The sponsors are looking for former players, and to be honest with you, running some of these things is getting so difficult, and things have changed at home. So financially, it's a whole different world. So I wanted to try something new and come to the overthinkers, the people who watch the content, and say it would be incredible if you guys could contribute monthly towards the platform, towards keeping my lights on, but also making sure that all of the crazy things that I want to do, that I want to take Supersport on with, I can actually do. And just for 20 Rand every month, I think that would be an incredible contribution if you can make it. It may sound like a little, but if we can get a lot of people behind it, then we'll be able to carry on doing what I do. I'll be able to carry on giving you the content and also expanding it, because we don't have shows like this, and us content creators need help from our audiences. So I just came here to ask you if you can. Here is the account number that you guys can use in order to contribute. And I think, yeah, I'd be very grateful if you would. But anyway, let's get back to the video. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I don't know if it was part of the plan to go man-mark people or part of the plan to chase targets, but they found themselves disjointed quite a bit. They found themselves out of line. They weren't talking, they weren't communicating, and that opened up spaces for Pirates, spaces that Pirates love. When we get to Amazulu, I think Coach Arthur and Coach Kanu are in a lose-lose situation. And the reason why I say this is I don't think they've had enough time to implement a style of play or to get to know their players properly. and they've had a couple of big matches that have come back to back. I commend them in this game for coming out and maybe trying to give Pirates a game. They had a chance early. Pirates scored, then they had a chance early to maybe get a goal. There was a ball played across the face of goal. They missed the ball. But I think where Amazulu is right now, with the losses that they've had up to this point, a draw versus Pirates would have done much more than going open to Pirates and then having them kill you. When you have 5-6 losses in a row and you're coming in as a new coach, I think part of steadying the ship would have been to be a little bit more defensively sound, especially after you've been beaten a couple of times and Pirates has gone in behind and they've found the spaces. Maybe to go back and say, let's play a back five for today. Let's see what we can get out of this game that way and go home with the point. I think that is an honorable thing to do, and I think that would have served them more. Because even though Amazulu did try and push Pirates at times, it was a very short period where they tried to play Pirates. I think another loss makes it harder mentally for the coaches to come out of it, for the coaches to drag the players out of it, and it creates more work for them to do. Now, you can ask questions whether hiring Coach Ata and Coach Kanu was the right move to make. You could ask questions whether firing Pablo Franco Martin 3 games into the season was the right choice, whether that should have been a preseason thing in order to make sure that you have time with the new coaches, or whether after firing him, do you bring in somebody who's a specialist in stabilizing teams? You think about an Ernst Middendorp, for example. So there's a lot of things that are happening at Amazulu at the same time that makes it very unfair on the coaches. Over and above that fact, Amazulu itself, even under Coach Pablo Franco Martin, in the big games tend to only play when the chips are down. So they're 2-0 down, it's the last 4 minutes, that's when you get your goal from Amazulu. And you wonder, this whole time, where were you guys? Why weren't you playing this football? Why weren't you passing the ball around? And they could have maybe gotten something towards the end. They tried very hard. But I think to wrap it up, for me, this is what I meant about a good Pirates game. The game versus Supersport became tennis at some point. It became ping pong. It became a back and forth that I don't think you need to have. You need to see out games, and you've got your 2 goals. You can relax. You can play the ball. You can make them chase ghosts. You can make them do this. You can give a little bit of danger every now and then when the chance comes up. But this is what I meant by Pirates having a good game and Pirates dominating proper. Score your 2 goals, then you can relax throughout the whole game. It's not about scoring 7 goals. Sometimes it's about control. And I think this Pirates is going to be a dangerous team in the Champions League for that. I think Pirates has the ability to nick an early goal, but now they're teaching themselves to control the game. I'm going to say it one more time, to control the game. So I think it was a very good performance. The one thing that I'm loving is Jose giving Nkota chances. Jose having, Nkota, Mbata, Mfukeng, Esasani in the same team. Not all of them are necessarily youngsters, but they're young within the game. And the fact that he's got them in and they're playing at a high level, I think that is incredible. You could tell when Nkota celebrated with Jose that it meant something more to him, especially with Jose giving him a chance. So I'm very happy with what Pirates did here. And we look forward to what Pirates is going to do this season. If they can keep up this consistency, if they can keep it up, I think we're finally going to realize the potential that Pirates has always had. And I've always said that with Pirates, I don't think I've ever seen Pirates played off of the pitch in the past years under Jose. I don't think I've seen them consistently played played out of the pitch. And it's all been here that Pirates had to fix. And if they can fix that and they can do that as they've been doing up to this point, I think then we'll finally see a challenge for the league. I don't know where it ends up. we'll see them do well in the Champions League, and maybe we'll see them win one of the bigger trophies and add their names to that. That would be incredible. This team is too good to be 23 points behind Sundowns and have that 23 points be based off of them losing games, off of a mentality thing or a mental thing, not necessarily anything else. But guys, it's been incredible. Pirates beating Amazulu 2-1. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye everyone.